Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Monica and in today's video we'll create this super bold look. It's a green smoky eye with a red lip. It's Christmas, so I decided to go all out and played with these vibrant colors. To create this green smoky eye, I will be using Stacey Murray Carnival XL Pro Palette and Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner. I will take a generous amount of gel eyeliner on my eyeshadow brush. It's a flat eyeshadow brush and I will start applying it on my lid. I will not take it up till my crease. I will just stay right below the crease and create like a semicircle halo shape. Once I'm done applying a good amount of gel eyeliner on my lid, I will take a fluffy blending brush and will start blending it out to give it a very smoked out look and make sure that there are no harsh lines. Now using this same fluffy blending brush, I took the black color from the palette and I started applying it on the area where I had applied the gel eyeliner, and similarly moving the brush in circular motions, I started blending that out too. Using another fluffy blending brush, I took the darkest brown shade from the palette. I first deposited the color right above the black eyeshadow and then started blending that out too by moving the brush in circular motions. Using the same brush, I picked the darkest green color from the palette. I first deposited the color all over my eyes, including my lid and crease, and then started blending it out, taking it little above my crease. Using a tapered blending brush which is slightly denser than the brushes I used earlier, I took a slightly lighter shade of green from the palette. I first deposited this color in my crease. I did not take it till my lid but just kept it in my crease and then started blending it out by moving the brush in circular motions. Using a very tiny blending brush, I picked this neon green color from the palette. I first deposited the color right above where I had ended the earlier shade of green that I had used and then started blending it out by moving the brush in circular motions. Using another tiny blending brush, I picked the yellow color from the palette. I first deposited it right above the neon green shade and then started blending it out too. Now to give some shine to this look, I picked this bronzy golden shade from the palette. I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush to apply this all over my lid, and I'm happy that I used this brush instead of my finger because it is giving me more control and precision. And since the texture of the shimmer is very smooth and buttery and the pigmentation is amazing, I did not really feel the need to use my finger. Once I got done with my eyes, I started my base makeup with this MAC strobe cream in the shade Pink Light. I took a generous amount of it and I applied it all over my face. I massaged it very well and made sure that it got completely absorbed into my skin. The reason why I applied the strobe cream all over my face instead of only my high points is because I wanted my skin to look very dewy and radiant, and you can already see that my skin is literally glowing. I picked this Smashbox Pore Minimizer to blur out my pores and I started applying it on my T-zone. I did not apply it all over my face because I only have pores and a little texture around my nose and my forehead, so there was absolutely no need to apply it all over. Since I want a super dewy and glowy look today, I picked the LA Girl Pro HD Illuminating Foundation in the shade Natural. I took about 1.5 pumps on the back of my hand and I started applying it all over my face using my finger. Then to blend it out, I used a damp sponge and made sure there is no extra product on my face that looks patchy and the entire face looks even. This foundation is super hydrating and gives that perfect radiant look that I'm looking for today. Moving on, I picked the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige and I started applying it on the areas I want to conceal, that is basically my dark circles, any pigmentation or dark spots that I have on my face. The reason why I picked this concealer is because it's full coverage and works beautifully on my skin. Now using a damp sponge, I started blending out the areas wherever I had applied the concealer. Now to contour my face, I picked the Hoola contour stick by Benefit. This is my most favorite product when it comes to contouring. I applied it on the areas where I feel I want my face to look slim and sculpted. Basically the cheeks, the jaw, nose, forehead, and using a damp sponge I started blending out everything. And make sure that when you blend out your cheeks, you take it in the upward motion and not downwards, because that's how the face looks slimmer and not the other way around. To set my face, I picked the pressed powder by MAC in the shade NC30 and then I applied it under my eyes and a little bit on other areas of my face too. I did not go all out here because I want a dewy look and not a matte look. Now to give some warmth to my face, I picked the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This is again one of my most favorite products and I started applying it on the areas wherever I had applied the contour stick. Now for my brows, I picked the Lakme Absolute Eyebrow Definer in the shade Espresso. Using the spoolie side, I started combing my eyebrow hair and using the pencil, I started filling in all the gaps. Please be very careful and do not go all out to make sure that your eyebrows look natural. Once I got done with my brows, I started doing my lower lash line, but this time I first picked the lightest color from the palette, which is the yellow color, and I took a fluffy blending brush and I started applying it. After that, I picked the neon green shade and started applying it. Post that, I took a slightly darker shade of green, which was my second green shade, and I started applying it on the same area and in the same motion the way I had applied the other colors. Finally, I ended my lower lash line by using the darkest shade of green and mixed it with a little bit of black eyeshadow. Using this Forever 52 mascara, I gave some length and volume to my lashes by applying 2 coats of it on my upper and lower lashes. Now using this color bar blush in the shade Sweet Scarlet, I started giving some color to my face. I applied a generous amount on the apples of my cheeks and a little bit on my nose too. Now to highlight the high points of my face, I picked the Becca highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop and I started applying it on my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, little bit on my forehead, my chin and my cupid's bow. Finally, I ended my look with this beautiful red lip crayon by Sugar Cosmetics. It's a gorgeous red and I absolutely loved the pigmentation and the texture. I hope you enjoyed watching the video and liked the look, and if you did, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also hit the bell icon right next to the subscribe button so that every time I upload a new video you get notified. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and I wish you a great year ahead. I will see you super soon in my next video.